Why is security hard, right? What's happening in the space out there where businesses and technologists are concerned about technology, and what makes this current situation that we're in with security different than it was in the past. Rob, kind of give us some ideas about what you're seeing today versus what we saw maybe 5 years ago when it comes to technology and what's hard, and why people are having to go above and beyond to secure their environments when they didn't have to before.
Yeah, so previously, all we really ever had to worry about was viruses and blocking bad websites, right? Because everything has changed. Over the last several years, ransomware, as everybody knows, has been front and center, and it's evolving daily. I see the reports pretty much every day of new types of ransomware and new companies getting hit with ransomware and new industry sectors being targeted. So that is front and center. Bad actors want to make money. This is how they're doing it. And it's never used to be that way. So with that, you've got, as a business, you've got different things you have to do, whether it's cyber insurance, having the right tools in place to prevent it. And even with the cyber insurance, they're getting hard. Those questionnaires are getting long, they're getting difficult, they're requiring you to have a number of different features and functionality to help protect yourself. Whether it's EDR, zero trust, like we're going to get into a little bit more, SIM, whatever the case may be, it's finding that balance in being productive, being able to make money as a business, and being able to protect yourselves. So it's a continually evolving situation. So that's what's making it really hard.
Yeah, and I think that just from a landscape standpoint, just the changes that have happened in the last couple of years since the pandemic, we're also seeing a lot of managed services organizations being targeted and being taken advantage of as kind of a central point of contact. Colin, what do you see that MSPs and other organizations that are deploying ThreatLocker, what do you see from them that is spurring these difficult security decisions that they're now having to make in these new investments?
Right. And there's so many moving parts there. And one thing you mentioned, Rob, is the attackers themselves. What we tend to not give them credit for is how organized they've become over the past few years. So we're not just talking about nation state attacks where other governments are getting involved, but you can figuratively have them operate as their own businesses. So just to give you an example, Clop Ransomware, an attacking group I love to speak about because of how organized they are. The majority of the team was arrested out in Ukraine a couple months ago. But the fact that the feds and officials can still capture those individuals and they can still hit you with ransomware 2 days later just shows how expansive their team actually is. So they're organized. They're essentially an MSP, but on the black hat side of the house. They are building up the same resources. They have access to the same tools, and they target your users and clients the same way. So what you mentioned there, Andrew, over the past 2 years now, since really the height of COVID, this remote workforce conversation, myself, my team, we're all spread out throughout the United States, and it's the same for most companies, and they're picking up on that. If you don't have a perimeter, that perimeter is completely gone. The moment COVID came into the conversation, that perimeter went straight out the window. So the layers that you have in place aren't being as effective as they used to be. And with all the moving parts, especially because of how organized those attackers are, it makes it pretty simple for them to target just about anyone moving forward.